Hello everyone. In last class, we have discussed few questions from microprocessor 8085, that is related to 8085. In today's class, we also discuss few questions from this same topic. So let's start. The first question: what are the different buses and what jobs they are do in the microprocessor? So what are the different buses used in the microprocessor and what are the job of the respective buses? We know that there are three types of buses used in the microprocessors. The first one is the data bus, the second one is the address bus, and last one is the control bus. Data flows through the data bus while the address comes out of the address bus, and control the activities of the microprocessor of the system is done by the control bus. The next question: in how many ways computers are divided? The computers are divided into mainly three categories as per the superiority and the number of microprocessors used in the system. So three types are microcomputers, mini computers, and the mainframe computers. The next question: distinguish between these three types of computer. That is, what is a microcomputer, what is mini computer, and what is mainframe computers. A microcomputer is a small computer containing a only single central processing unit, that means one CPU, and the word length varies between the 8 bit to 32 bits, and it is generally used for industrial and process control system, and the storage capacity and speed requirement of microcomputer are moderate. In case of mini computer, we have more storage capacity and more speed as compared to microcomputer. In mini computer used in research, data processing, and scientific calculations. In case of mainframe computers, these are designed to work at very high speed and they have very high storage capacity. Their word length is typically 64 bit, and this type of mainframe computer generally used in research, data processing, graphics applications, video mixing, film industry, etc. So the next question: in how many ways computer software are categorized? We know that the computer software are divided into two broad categories. The first one is the system software and the second one is the user software. The next question: explain the two types of software. In system software is a collection of programs used for creation, preparations, and execution of other programs. That means system software is a collection of programs which is used to create, preparations, and execution for other programs. Editor, assemblers, loader, linker, compiler, interpreter, debugger, and operating system. These are examples of system software. So the user softwares are developed by the various users, and it is basically used to solve some specific problems, and these user softwares are runs over the system softwares. What is coprocessor? A coprocessor is also called an arithmetic coprocessor. It is basically used for performing operation like exponential, trigonometric function, etc. To implement this function in CPU hardware is a costly one, and the software implementation of this above is slow down the processor. So that's why we use the coprocessor. The coprocessor had its own instruction set, and the CPU and the coprocessor execute their respective instruction set from the same program. That means from the same program, the coprocessor execute few of the instructions and CPU executes few of the instructions. The instruction belongs to the coprocessor are fetched and decoded by the CPU and it's executed by the coprocessor. That means we have the 5 cycle. The first two, the fetch and decode is done by the CPU and it's executed by the coprocessor. That means coprocessor cannot fetch and decode any instruction. So draw a typical coprocessor configurations and discuss the same. So this is the block diagram, coprocessor configurations with the CPU. Here you can see that the CPU and coprocessor is shared one single clocks bus systems and input output subsystems. Here in the normal configurations, the CPU generally act like a master and coprocessor is act like a slave. That means master slave technology used here. The CPU treats the coprocessor as an external memory in the sense that CPU can read or write into the coprocessor registers in manner like that external memory. We have already discussed that CPU and coprocessor have different instruction set. That means they act on their own instruction set. When coprocessor is executing some instruction, it indicate the CPU about the instruction of the an execution by enable the busy signal with this line. So this is a typical block diagram of the CPU and coprocessor configurations. The next one, what is a coprocessor trap? It is a simple problem, that is when a coprocessor is not connected in the system, that means the coprocessor is not in the active state and the function of coprocessor is done by the CPU by writing the coprocessor instruction from a predetermined location in the form of software routine and invoked by the interrupt. This is known as coprocessor trap. So what do you mean by the term of word? This is a most confusing term in the computer system. That is, word is a collection of bits. A word does not have a fixed number of bits. Unlike a case of byte is 8 bits, a nibble 4 bits. So a word does not have any fixed number of bits. That means a word can be any length. For different microprocessor, the word length varies. For example, the 8-bit microprocessor that we have 8085, the word length is 8, while 32-bit microprocessor, the word length is 32. A word length is expressed usually in multiply of 2. Basically we used as a word length of multiplication of 2, but no value is excluded. That means we can have 19-bit word, 37-bit word, 21-bit word, anything. So word does not have any fixed number of bits. What is meant by a long word? The term long word means a group of bits twice the normal length of a microprocessor. Hence, for a microprocessor, 16-bit microprocessor like 8086, a long word means a group of bits that consisting of 32 bits. That means double word. So distinguish between KB, MB, GB and TB and TB. So these stands for kilobyte, megabyte, gigabyte, terabyte and petabyte respectively. So 1 KB is equal to 1024 byte, that is 2 to the power 10 bytes. 1 MB is equal to 1024 kilobyte, that is 2 to the power 20 bytes. 1 GB is equal to 1024 megabytes, that is 2 to the power 30 bytes. 1 TB is equal to 1024 gigabyte, that is 2 to the power 40 bytes. And 1 petabyte is equal to 1024 terabyte, that is 2 to the power 50 bytes. What is meant by normalizing a number? What is the normal form? of a particular number. When you have seen that 4751 is converted in normal form, the form will be 4.751 multiplied by 10 raised to the power 3. So this 4.751 into 10 raised to the power 3 is called normalized form. Likewise, in the binary 1011101 can be normalized form 1.011101 into 10 to 2 raised to the power 8. As you can see, in the decimal point, this is a point, there will be only one value permitted in the normalized form. Another example is 0.0001001 is normalized as 1.101 into 2 raised to the power minus 4. That means there will be a valid bit at the left side of the decimal point. If a given binary number is in the form 1.0101011, then it is already in the normalized form because of this 1. The next one, name the different part of the normalized number. Suppose it is a normalized number 1.01101 into 10 raised to the power 11. So the first part 1.01101 is called mantissa, and the next 10 is the radic, and the exponential part is 11 is called is exponent. That's all for today. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you.